If you turn around and look back at your life with open eyes, you just see all the scars. The only way you can avoid being humble in old age is if you refuse to look at the reality of your life up to this point, because nobody has skated through perfectly. And that's what drives me. It sounds ludicrous even to my own ears, but this is the core of what drives every business decision I make today. There's no business, there's no amount of money, there's no endeavor on earth that is worth gambling away who I am. It took me years of grief, pain, failure, and hard work to become the man I am today, in spite of the man I used to be. And I refuse to lose that person. I will not lose myself in business. I will not lose myself chasing a bigger paycheck or a bigger name. I've turned down so many things, big things, because I looked at them and asked one simple question. Who is this going to turn me into, even just a little bit? And the answer was always, not worth it. Just not worth it. So right now I'm walking this tightrope, trying to find something meaningful to build that won't cost me my soul, while also not letting fear of losing myself stop me from trying at all. I've never been afraid of failure before, but now I have something I'm terrified of losing, and that's a version of me that I actually like. Because the person you talk to more than anyone else in your entire life is yourself. Don't lose your own respect. How did you learn to have a better relationship with yourself, with that voice in your head, to be kinder when things go wrong? I like me. I like me. I'd buy me a drink. I see all my warts clearer than anyone else ever could. I see every negative, every flaw. I also see the good. And when you put it all on the scale, I like me, which means I can give myself the same grace I'd give a friend, because I actually like the guy. I like me in spite of knowing every scar, every weakness, every stupid thing I've done. But all in all, I'm a pretty good dude. You've got to get there, man. Arrogance is pride mixed with ignorance. This isn't arrogance. This is just looking at the ledger of my life, the wins, the losses, the wrecks, the things I built, and saying, I tried, and I like the guy who tried. How many people can honestly say, I like me? Most people give more grace, more love, more care to strangers or even their dog than they give themselves. There's a statistic that the average person finishes a full course of antibiotics about 50% of the time. For their dog, 95%. We will literally take better care of a pet than we do of ourselves, even though if we die, nobody's left to take care of the pet. You can only serve others from the overflow of your own cup. So how do you learn to like yourself? Simple. Find someone you genuinely admire and ask, what do I like about them? They're kind, they're honest, they're calm under pressure, they work hard. Then become that. Incorporate those qualities into who you are. If you become the kind of person you would admire, you'll like yourself. It's not rocket science. I've reached the point where if I meet someone and it's clear they don't like me, I'm okay. I like me, and that's enough. I learned this lesson toward the end of my 20s. I had everything society tells a young man he should want. Money, status, freedom, women, notoriety. It was fun. But I looked in the mirror and realized I didn't like the guy looking back. I hadn't done anything evil, but I knew I was built for more than that life. And the root of it was this. I wasn't keeping promises to myself. I'd say I was going to wake up at 5 a.m., hit snooze 3 times. I'd say I was going to the gym and negotiate my way out of it. I'd say I was sticking to my diet and then bargain with myself. How can you trust yourself to do the big things in life when you can't even keep the smallest promises to yourself? You are built, brick by brick, by the tiny decisions you make every single day. I got to the point where I didn't like being around me. I was angry, on edge, short-tempered. Anger doesn't fix anything. It just eats you alive. So I made a decision. This ends now. I started cutting out whatever was making me that way, slowly got perspective back, and started keeping the promises I made to myself, no matter how small. Imagine you had a friend who was always late, always flaking, always letting you down. Eventually, you'd stop trusting them. You'd stop inviting them anywhere. You are that friend to yourself if you keep breaking your own word.
I'd say I was going to wake up at 5 a.m., hit snooze 3 times. I'd say I was going to the gym and negotiate my way out of it. I'd say I was sticking to my diet and then bargain with myself. How can you trust yourself to do the big things in life when you can't even keep the smallest promises to yourself? You are built, brick by brick, by the tiny decisions you make every single day. I got to the point where I didn't like being around me. I was angry, on edge, short-tempered. Anger doesn't fix anything. It just eats you alive. So I made a decision. This ends now. I started cutting out whatever was making me that way, slowly got perspective back, and started keeping the promises I made to myself, no matter how small. Imagine you had a friend who was always late, always flaking, always letting you down. Eventually, you'd stop trusting them. You'd stop inviting them anywhere. You are that friend to yourself if you keep breaking your own word. People like people who make them feel good. They don't care how impressive you are on paper. The horse stories, the anxious mare in Alaska, the grazing horse in Texas, the horse that walks off while you're mounting, all three are fully included. The principle is always the same. I don't want the horse's body, I want his mind. If I force the body but never win the mind, he'll go right back to what he wants the moment my back is turned. But if I get the mind, if I change what he wants, then I get the body for free. Same with people. You can't nag, threaten, or strong-arm people forever. You have to make them want what you want. What have you learned about humans from working with horses? We suck at communication. It's our biggest weakness. Horses don't speak English. We don't speak horse. Their language is 100% body language, pressure and release, movement. We're predators, they're prey. Completely different instincts. To truly partner with a horse, you have to step into their world and learn to think like prey. Sound familiar? Men and women, bosses and employees, parents and kids. Different operating systems. I don't like what hustle culture has become. The pendulum swung too far. We went from lazy couch gamers to never rest or you're weak. Both extremes are wrong. A real man works his ass off when it's time and sits quietly by the fire when it's time. Type A people have a Type B problem. Type B people have a Type A problem. Overachievers need to learn how to switch off. Lazy people need to learn discipline. But nobody makes inspirational movies about the guy who finally learns to log off at 6 p.m. and actually enjoy his beach holiday. The solution isn't another grind. It's peace. And peace is the least sexy, most powerful answer there is.